All right, guys. This is my first time trying to do this, so bear with me for a moment. But I just want to talk about something that has kind of come to my attention the past few months, and it's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. It's the Mandela Effect. Now, you might have heard of it. You might have heard about the effect, as some people are calling it now, or uh, something like that. And basically, what it is that there are certain things that we remember in the past that don't seem to match up with what is really going on. So the first thing I've noticed is the first thing that people brought to my attention was this thing called the Berenstein Bears. Now, I know that I read these books as a kid and I watched the cartoon. Growing up in the 80s, I was seeing the Berenstein Bears all the time. And my favorite books of all time was that spooky old tree and the Berenstein Bears. And as a kid, I used to go to in Ohio. We used to go to a place called Cedar Point, which is kind of like an amusement park, and they have roller coasters and things. And they had Berenstein Bear country there, and had the Berenstein Bears. And I remember distinctly that it was E, spelled with an E, Berenstein. But when you come down and look at it now, it's Berenstain Bears. And apparently, you look at Wikipedia, you look at all the books. I even have books that I had when I was a kid. I was at my parents' house. I saw them there, and it says Berenstain. Now, I don't know if my memory is just bad, which it's entirely possible, or if actually something has changed. Now, there's a lot of other examples people brought up. They say, um, the whole name gets from Mandela, Nelson Mandela. Some people remember him dying in prison. Other people remember him, you know, dying before he ever became president. And they didn't know that he, actually became president, and then he didn't die until much, much later. I think he died in 2013. Um, let's see. Yeah, he died in 2000, November or December 5th, 2013. So that is to me, I didn't remember him before because I was just a kid in the 80s, so I don't remember anything about him. I remember um, I know that he was president of South Africa, I think. I'm not sure. I don't really have any memory of him at all. So it doesn't really affect me at all. But I do remember other things that seem to have changed. Now, people talk about Fruit Loops spelling with fruit, the regular fruit, Fruit, has been changed to Froot, Fruit Loops. But I always remember the Fruit Loops because I remember the using the Fruit Loops as the O's. I distinctly remember that. So that to me is not something that's really changed, but there are things that have changed, specifically the Berenstein Bears, and that one just throws me off because I specifically remember calling it the Berenstein Bears, not Berenstain Bears, but Berenstein, which is just it boggles my mind. Now, some people are assuming that this is because we are coming from separate alternate dimensions or realities, and it's merging together where it comes together. Now, the other one that hits me is the Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. But he says life was like a box of chocolates, which is just crazy to me because I specifically remember it being is.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Plus, was doesn't really even make sense in that sentence. And then the other one, Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. And then all the cars come at the end of the movie, but it's build it and he will come.
If you build it, he will come.
One of them that doesn't really quite resonate with me is the magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Everyone knows that from Snow White. But in the movie, the Disney movie, it's magic mirror on the wall. But I think that might be more to do with the fact that, there's so many different versions of that story. But maybe not. Maybe some realities of the movie was said something different. I don't know. So, some people think it's CERN, that, that they're somehow bending space and time and changing things. I don't know. I really don't. What I do know is that the Berenstein Bears thing is kind of throwing me for a loop. So if anyone else knows of anything that's going on with this, I'd love to hear information. I just thrown out there that this is my personal experience with it. That Berenstein Bears was with a knee, and other than that, I don't have any more information. But I'm gonna keep on reading stuff and try to figure this out. So stay tuned, and I'll make some more information available as soon as I have it. Thanks.